Lance LaDuke. Howdy.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
Very well.
Wonderful. Glad you're with us.
Me too.
That'll be fun. Well, look at all these people I know. There's Allie. So, did you know that what Lance, that you and Allie have a commonality with Game Over?
I did not know.
Yeah, tell them about that.
Should I be hearing somebody?
He's muted.
Oh.
Anyway.
I had to step away. Otherwise, there'll be major echo, and I feel like you still have one.
Yeah, we do.
Leaving the room.
It's okay, K. Don't worry about it.
We have an Alessi property, right?
Now I'm just going to travel around.
And just so you know, everybody's going to come in, so that'd be perfect, Lance.
Yeah. So. So anyway, yeah, we have an Alessi property, and it's called the Alessi Alley, and that's her name. So she's on the game too. Just like
I see what you did there. I get jokes.
How's it going, Lance?
Wonderfully. How are you?
Great. This is Jeremy Olisar from Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful and sunny Waynesburg.
How you doing, Max? Long time no see.
Great to see you.
And I just put the YouTube link in the chat, so anybody that is trying to watch, family, friends, things like that, please put them to that link. I'll share it one more time. And if you guys want to copy paste it and share it in there for me multiple times, I would be so appreciative of all of you. I'll even give you 2 thumbs up.
You want me to check the level of this uke, by the way? Or are we okay?
Sounds amazing right there.
I'll give away all the special things.
Well, that's where we got to do it early, yeah.
Lance, it wasn't level. The headstock is up a little bit.
It's the camera, actually. The headstock was perfect. I'm sitting at an angle.
Oh, my mistake.
So you're going to like your song. It's about how difficult it was to potty train Scott.
Man. Sean, can you boot out Lance? Can you force him out?
Get rid of
On it.
Just remember, you won't be able to get back in without shutting everybody down.
Oops. So you're going to give me the go?
I think we're ready to go. It's 1:02. Yep, go ahead, Mr. McKee.
Well, greetings, everyone. Oh, wow. That's a nice view. Great to see so many familiar faces. And I've had the great pleasure of kind of standing around in the background watching all of the magic happen. And it has truly been wonderful the way it's been put together. Staff's been phenomenal, and Scott had some great ideas initially to kick it off this year. As you can see, I'm out here virtually on my deck, and that is the ABC deck that Nell designed last year, 90 feet long, so that there's enough room for all of you when you come next year. So even those of you who are graduating, I hope you'll think about joining us, because I think there'll be some very special reasons to do that, even though you're graduating virtually this year. When all of this got started, it dated way before it became an entity, because in 1980 we started WIBC in San Jose, and one of the clinicians there was this tremendous percussion clinician, and right away I saw this was a person that I wanted to get to know better, and that happened very quickly. And about 3 years later, he was brought on to the WIBC board of directors, and it was about 3 years after that that he and I met during, I think it was about the 9th convention. We started talking about the idea of having some kind of a workshop that we could do for directors in Ashland. And so we batted lots of ideas back and forth and just couldn't quite come up with the name or anything. So we said, well, okay, let's go home. And in those days, of course, there was no email. So we decided to send a postcard. And on the same day, we both got the postcard from the other. And the one that I sent said NBC, National Band College. And the other one said American Band College. And there was no question that that was the right answer. And so in 1989, the workshop was launched. And 3 years later, I was at the airport picking up this guy on July 1st. And I'm standing there. The president of the college walks up and taps me on the shoulder. And he said, could I get a ride back to Ashland with you? I have to leave my car for my son. And yeah, no problem. So we got in the car, and as we traveled along, we got to talking, and this good friend, board member, said to the president, you know, you've got a really special thing going on with this workshop, this American Band College workshop. And he said, tell me more about it. And he did. And after that, the president said, you know, that's really serendipitous. He said, we've never been able to get a music master's in this school in 30 years of attempts. But I was able to convince the state board that if we ever got something that had a complete world-class faculty, that should be allowed to be a master's. And the board agreed. And based on what I've just heard you say, we'll have this master's for the American Band College within 3 months, and they did. And so over the years, I've probably introduced this guy over 60 times because he's been at almost all of the 40 WIBCs, and he's been at nearly all of the 32 ABCs. And one of the things that that strikes me so much is that he and I have a absolute similar mindset about positive attitude and all of that. And right before my mother died one day, she said to me, you know, I can't figure out the difference between a glass half full and a glass half empty. And I said, what do you mean, Mom? She said, well, you know, you can say, look at that, my glass is already half full, or look at that, my glass is only half empty. And so we kind of dropped it at that. And about a week later, she called me up and she said, I know what it is. The only difference between a glass half empty and a glass half full is attitude. And there's no better person on the planet to talk about attitude than my best friend, Tim Lotzenheiser.
That's nice. That's nice. That was a fateful day for sure, Max. You know, you don't know if it's divine guidance or providence or just stupid luck, but whatever it was, because of that ride, we all are here today. So first of all, just thank you. Thanks to the entire staff for inviting me to be the commencement speaker, whatever that means, so we can commence. And to the tech staff, I mean, you need to have some Nobel Prize or something for what you've put together, because everybody's cheering about how well this came off. And to all of you who are sitting wherever you're sitting, congratulations. I'm sure there was some skepticism when we tiptoed into this virtual world, but clearly you have proven that it can work. So kudos. All right, so what's a commencement speech about? I tried to do something that not only would involve the graduates, congrats by the way, but everybody who's part of the American Band College. I went to school at Ball State University, and one of my buddies there was a guy named Dave Letterman. Yeah, the Dave Letterman. And Dave is sort of a metaphor for what the American Band College is, because he worked all the time. And he had this incredible mindset, and he would always say, someday I'm going to be on television. And he'd like, yeah, right, David, yeah. Everybody comes to Muncie, Indiana to get their television stars. Oh, no, I don't mean television. I'm on my own show. Of course you will, David, though. They'll probably name it after you. Well, he did, and they did. But this is the one thing that I loved about him. He was the epitome of, if you believe it, you can achieve it. So I'm going to borrow this from my friend David, because one of his best bits was his top 10. He always had his top 10 of this or that. And of course, people would tune in just to hear the top 10. So Here's my top 10 reasons for you to be part of the American Band College. And it may be a little more serious than David was, but let's take a look at this. Number one, you're dealing with an administration, a staff that are all ABCers. This isn't some following some blueprint that was sent down by, an organization. No, they've been to the well. They've done what you're doing. And you know what? The thing about ABC is, yeah, you got to get into these guidelines, but that staff will do everything they can to be sure to tailor it for you. That doesn't happen other places. So there's your first reason. Here's your second reason. Never in the place on the planet will you get a curriculum like this. Never. For those of us who've gone through the traditional master's degree programs, you have about 8, 9 classes. You get like maybe 2 or 3 good professors, and you take them for like 6 or 8 weeks. You've got a new class every 50 minutes. Every 15 minutes, there's a new class. We had 8 classes in a year. You have 8 classes in a day. And boy, are they good. And you know what? The classes are with information that you can use right now. I love it. I love the whole concept that Max came up with. Let's give them tools they can use right now. So that's an endless buffet of pedagogy that you're getting in your 3 years. Number 3, third reason. Where are you going to find a faculty like this? I dare you on that one, yeah? Your faculty, plus, it's like you don't live with them for 6 or 8 weeks. It's like bang, 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 faculty. They're all luminaries. They're all icons. They're all keynoters. They're all at the top of the game in the profession. And you get next to them. You get to be with them. I go to conferences and I sit and I look up at those great teachers and all the people who've been so successful. And I go, oh man, I would love to talk to them. I'd love to get close to them. But there's 600 people between me and them. Not at the American Band College. And when you come back to Ashland next summer, you can sit down and have lunch with them and dinner with them. And they'll talk to you. You can sit under the trees and talk about things that are important to you. You find out they're real people, one leg at a time. Wow. They become your pals. They become the people that you can tap. Kind of nice to have Paula Kreider in your hip pocket, isn't it? That's the third reason. Here's the fourth. It's 2 weeks of submersion, literally, and immersion, literally. You don't stretch it out over a year. You don't even have to stretch it out over a summer. Still go back and be with your families, yeah? 2 weeks of band. Isn't that cool? You are in this bubble of band for 2 weeks. And it's like nobody can get to you. Everybody talks the same language. Everybody's interested in the same thing. I always tease Max and Scott. I said it's like summer band camp for adults on steroids because you just keep getting more. I love that. ABC isn't a school, it's an event. And for those of you who are graduating, come back every few years, re-up, because it'll be new faculty and new subject matters, all stuff for your toolbox. Number 5, this is one I love. And again, this is Max. This is where the seed came from. It's a spirit of cooperation. Now, we've all been in college. We know what it's like. It's sort of every man for himself. Yeah. And in graduate school, it's really every man for himself. And you go take the class and you meet a couple people and you walk out and maybe you'll see them again sometime, maybe not. It's not that way with the ABCers. Everybody is in this together. And the desire for everybody to succeed is there. But not firewalls to trip you up, but quite the opposite. That sense of cooperation overrides any competition. I remember a few years ago at the Boo Boo Band. And so I was evaluating one of the bands, and there was this wonderful young man, band director, and he had a great band, and he was smart and talented and all that stuff, but he choked on tests, and he knew it. And he was scared to death about the Boo Boo Band. And if those of you don't know what it is where they strategically place things wrong that you have to identify. So I went out to bring him in for, for his turn, and he was shaking. He was literally shaking. And I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Oh God, I don't think I can do it. You're going to be fine," which was a lie because I really didn't know. But I said, "Come on." And he gets up, and it's like he's deaf all of a sudden. And the band's playing, and he can't hear anything. And he's just sweating, and the veins are standing out on his head. And I finally said, "Just stop." And I went out and I said, "You want a glass of water or anything?" He goes, "I can't do this." And I said, "Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can." In the meantime, I look out of the corner of my eye, and the band is going like, so you ready to go? Yeah. He starts again. Oh my God. Everything that had been placed wrong, they exaggerated to the point of ridiculous. People were standing up and playing the wrong note right at him. Isn't that incredible? Everybody was doing everything to get this guy across the goal line. And he was a percussionist too, yeah? And the timpani player is playing the timpani with the back end of the mallets. And he doesn't realize it. And all of a sudden the timpani player just like, yeah. And he's coughing and sneezing and jumping. And the guy finally looked back. The guy put his mouth together and he went like, ah. And that was the one that pulled him over the goal line. People want people to succeed. American Band College. We're all in this together. That's why it's called band, huh? The sixth reason. You can pick up the phone and call the CEO president of the American Band College. He'll answer the phone. I dare you to do that anywhere else. Any other college or university. See if you can pick up and have a hotline to the president. And then when the president says, "Sure, let me help you. Let me do everything we can. Let me get my people on that. We'll get that done for you." Because again, you're a person. You're not a number. And that's, again, that is the magic sauce that pulls this all together. That's what makes it different. That's the mortar between the bricks. That's the sizzle that makes the steak. Well, that's number 6. Number 7 and number 8 are sort of alike. And so I separated them. I'm going to put them back together for you. Graduates, you are leaving with an alumni of over 1,100 people who've made the same trek that you've made. And you know what? You can get to them. It's an alumni group that's unbelievable. You don't just go get your degree and leave. You're now part of this family. You can tap all of these people around the globe. You need something? I'll pick it up. There's she's a woodwind player. I'll ask her. You don't have to go through all this maze. I've often said, you got the ABC chip in your head now, yeah? Use it, abuse it. Because there's nothing better for a teacher than for another teacher to ask for something, for advice, for help. Not going to happen anywhere else. Again, it's that secret potion that's part of ABC. Number 9. Well, I know cooperation over competition, but you are part of a group that is undefeated. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. You are undefeated. And let me tell you where you're undefeated. It's the American Band College flatbed truck band for the 4th of July parade in Ashland, Oregon. Never been defeated. Never, not once. And there's nobody even close. And you know what? You will go on being undefeated. I think really we should talk to Scott and all the staff about getting championship rings. Don't you think that'd be cool? Yeah. And number 10, last. The real winners in all this, graduates, not you, but your students. You're going to go home and bring them a treasury of priceless information that's going to make them better musicians, better band people. The program's going to get better. And that will spill over to the school and the community. They're the ones that are going to win. Yeah. What a reason to come to the American Band College, to go home and replant and have a harvest for those young people. It can't get any better. So those are your top 10. A few years ago, I came in the second week, yeah. And so, seeing everybody, hey, how you doing? And meeting the new people. And I noticed there was this one gentleman who was to himself. I think that's a polite way to say it, politically correct. He was nice, but he always sat back in the corner by himself. And even at the meals, people would try to include him, and he would just politely, no, by himself. And it was like everybody was on G, and he was on G sharp. But I mean, he wasn't hostile or anything. Just so finally, curiosity got me, and I pulled him aside, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah." So you having a good time? Oh yeah. Like the faculty? Oh my God, faculty's unbelievable, right? I said, "What's going on?" And he just put his head down, and his voice started to crack. He said, "This isn't real." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "This is unreal." He said, "People don't act like this where I am." He said, "People don't take care of each other like this where I live." And he said, "I'm scared to death to go home to work." What? He said, "Yeah, I don't want to go back to work." I said, You're not going to work. You're a band director." He went, "What?" I said, "That's not work. You're going back to your mission." And I said, "Now, if you do want to work, I can help you out. I can drag you back to Elkhart and you can buff a sousaphone. That takes all day. That'll break your back. Or I could put you in the Bach plant when it's 95 degrees outside and the plant isn't air conditioned and you're using a torch that's 3,200 degrees. That I can get you a job doing that. You want to work? You're a band director. You teach kids the most beautiful language in the world. You teach them to say things that they can't say verbally, or they're afraid to say verbally. You teach them all the life skills that are going to make them better at everything they do. You're not going back to work. You're going back to create a culture of excellence for them. How noble can that possibly be? It's the best. And I just remember him crying. And I said, "Are you okay?" Come on. We're band directors. We got the best gig in the whole world. My last little story, and then I'll pass you over to Scott. In those early days, winning was incredibly important. Your ego gets hooked into it, yeah. And I was doing my student teaching, and it was in one of the local communities, and this school was okay, but the other big city school was the one that always won all the jazz band things and all this. And I pounded those kids that I had, my student teaching. And we went to this contest and we won it. At the expense of those kids, I'm afraid. And the older director who had always won and who was the most kind-spirited human being in the world came over and put his arm around me. He said, "Well, you're going to do a good job as a band director." Right? Yeah. He said, "Let me ask you something, Tim. Do you use the students to make your music, or do you use the music to make your students?" Ouch. One of the things about the American Band College is it teaches us to use the music to make our students, our programs, our parents, our community, our administrations. You know what? There's a lot more than 10 reasons to be a part of the American Band College, but those are 10 you can put in your pocket. To all of my friends there, to the staff, to the McKees who have let me be a part of their family, I truly respect, admire, and love you all. Blessings from the old man here. It's time to strike up the band. It's all yours, Scott.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Timmer. It's so special for me to have Tim here, have my dad here. Obviously, two of my most important mentors to my life. My high school band director actually brought Tim into our high school my junior year and I was going to go to sports med and go down a sports track. And I just was like, this is fun. I'm going to do this. So I decided to go down and do the music thing, also with my dad as a mentor as well. That's my two most important mentors. So I appreciate them both being here for that. I have the opportunity to introduce our next guest. And this person was a former euphonium trombone player with Boston Brass. He now teaches at Carnegie Mellon. He also works with Andrew Hitz. Please welcome Lance LaDuke.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited to be here. And I said to Scott, you know, what would a ABC commencement be without one of my performances? And he said about 5 minutes shorter. So I was really, you know, touched that he allowed me this opportunity. And I've written you a song. It's a parody, actually, and it's a song. It's devoted to you. It comes from the vantage point of the parents who have been having to homeschool their children since you no longer had the opportunity to do so in person. So it's an homage to the things that each of you do every day from someone like me. I hope you enjoy it. If not, mute. Well, you've undone me, and you bet that I felt it. I tried to be chill, but I burned out and I melted. You stepped on all the cracks, and now you broke your mama's back. Once the school done let out, we were giving it our bestest. Nothing could stop us from giving you the testest. She said it was my turn to make you try to learn some, but I won't educate no more, no more. I cannot wait till they're yours. Well, open up your books to chapter 3. Open up your planner for geography, or you'll be grounded when push comes to shove, shove, shove. Listen, we've been locked inside since early spring with a great big family. So go outside and don't forget your mask and your gloves, gloves, gloves. 'Cause I won't educate no more, no more. I cannot wait no more. I said there's no need to calculate or conjugate. Just go outdoors. I've been spending way too long checking my face in the mirror. My eyes are bloodshot and my complexion could be clearer. My breath fogged up the glass, 'cause I knew I had to teach another class. I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid myself of sanity. Just do as I'm pleasing. Pour a drink for me and you. Why not? It's almost 2, and I won't educate no more, no more. The Tanqueray I'll pour. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Lose the lesson plans and damn, you're free. Look into their eyes and give a big list of chores. So please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, 'cause the time here is so short. Oh, this, oh, this, oh, this is your fate. Go outdoors. Congratulations on your graduation. Thank you very much for your applause, muted as it is. I appreciate it any old how. And now it gives me great pleasure to hand back the controls to someone. Well, every time I think about Scott, I think that this guy is a real son of that I can't find any better way to describe than a, because I'll never forget the time that he, and the police said that until 5. So after they cleared out the elephants, I thought, well, this is about as far as we can go. And then finally, the last thing I had to say to him was, so without any further ado, Mr. Scott McKee.
Oh, man. Lance. Oh, gosh. I always tell him, make me look really good, okay? So thank you, Lance. You made me look really good. All right. So moving on. Thanks for that song, too. That was great. We can't wait till next year when Lance can be with us on the 4th and MC our concerts and just be around with all of us. So The next part of our show here is really important time for me. When this hit in March, the pandemic hit in March, Paul, Ted, myself, we started thinking through what can we do to get creative with this, because we knew it was kind of coming up, the virtual ABC. And we just started dreaming. We threw all kinds of ideas. We just kept something would stick. We threw different ideas out there. Composers joined us. Other clinicians joined us. Lunch with Legends happened. I mean, everything was just so special. And so as I was talking to Ted, I said, we need definitely techie staff members to help us out with this. And we found 4 amazing ABC grads, and you all know who they are because they've been around for the last 2 weeks helping us, but they have just everything. They've done such an amazing job, and I'm so proud of what they put together, even ideas that we didn't know yet, even when they showed up. Hey, how about this? Or how about that? And so I just want to show a little kind of behind the scenes slideshow of what it's been like for the last 2 weeks and thank the staff. Hit it, Sean. Thank you so much, staff. You guys are amazing. I wish we could all be on stage right now giving hugs to each other. But anyway, I just wanted to thank them as much as I could through the video slideshow. And as you can see, we had a lot of fun behind the scenes, but a lot of work, obviously, but I just appreciate them so much. We're going to pass this on to Paul, and he's going to help us with the 3rd year graduating class and announce the names.
Well, I want to first take a moment to just say that when it comes to technology, this is a whole new world for an old guy like me. But I also want to remind you that with the plaques that you're receiving in the mail, that those plaques also have been upgraded technologically so that the chip in them, if you don't pass your tests coming up, will self-destruct the plaque. All right. So here we go. These are the candidates for graduation who only have this little thing called exams to take care of, and then they'll be graduates of this program. So we start in Pasco, Washington, the Sandstone Middle School director, Daniel Allen. Then we go to San Bernardino, California, at Montclair High School, and their director, James Anna. Battleground, Michigan, the Chief Umtuck Middle School Director, Danielle Armstrong. Sterling, Michigan, Kennedy Middle School Director, Kevin Bays.
Congrats, Kevin.
Helena, Alabama finds Thompson High School and their director, Ashton Bowles. From Rowley, Massachusetts, the Galvin Junior High School band director, Jenna Demento. Roy, Washington, the Orcas Island High School director, Darren Dix. From Newport, California, Sunkist Elementary School director, James Spencer Evans. From Easley, South Carolina, the Powdersville High School director, Trey Farrell. From Boston, Massachusetts, the Jonas Clark Middle School director, Toby Foreman. From Santa Rosa, California, the St. Helena High School director, Anna Alicia Fulmer. And her dog. From Hawthorne, California, the John Adams Middle School director, Sean Garnreitner. From Smyrna, Georgia, the Richards Middle School director, Adam Gresham. From McMinnville, Tennessee, the Smyrna Middle School director, Alicia Hillis. From Rancho Cucamonga, California, the Falcon Ridge Elementary School director, Fiona Carbell. The Robert E. Lee High School director from Tyler, Texas, Stephanie Lenhart. From Holland, Michigan, the Macatawa Bay Middle School director, Jacob Lubbers. From Las Vegas, Nevada, the Greenspun Junior High School director, Juan Pablo Macias. From Marietta, Georgia, the Dakula Middle School director, Reagan Mack. From Greenville, South Carolina, the Powdersville Middle School director, Jack Mitchell. From Brainerd, Minnesota, the Brainerd High School director, Kelsey Lynn Olson. From Fresno, California, the Kastner Intermediate School director, Marco Payne. From Grimes, Iowa, the Perry High School director, Rachel Poss. From Montgomery, Illinois, the Oswego East High School director, Stephen Rexroth. From Derby, New York, the Amherst High School director, Kirsten Reitzrup. The Lincoln Park High School director of Berkeley, Michigan, Robert Sherwin. The Cal Aero Preserve Academy director from Ontario, California, Richard Southern.
He didn't look too bad.
From Brainerd, Minnesota, again, the North Junior High School director, Gregory Sylvester. The Lake Elmo Elementary School director from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mara Simon. From Raleigh, North Carolina, the Endeavor Charter School director, Christine Tompkins. From El Segundo, California, the Richmond Street Elementary School director, Heather Ukrishna. From Grand Blanc, Michigan, the Lincoln High School director, Kelsey Van Kira. And last but certainly not least, from Bellingham, Massachusetts, the Horace Mann Middle School director, Nicole Wright. All right, everybody, open up the mics and let's hear it for the class of 2020. You get to pass your tests.
All right. Are we going to try and do the photo now or at the very end, Sean and Matt?
You're the boss. It's up to you.
Oh, okay. All right. I think we'll do that at the very end. Okay. So hang on, third years. We'll get a good picture of you all together in your Brady Bunch, screen there. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is usually July 1st or 2nd, I like to show a kind of a teaser video for next summer. And I thought it'd be appropriate to do it today just so we can kind of get a push into next year. So obviously we're really excited already for 2021. As I mentioned earlier, we have Dr. Cynthia Johnson-Turner joining us. We have Colonel Lowell Graham joining us. And we also have the Moanin' Frogs you heard this morning. They're a wonderful clinic. They're going to be playing a concert with us as well next year, and also the Boston Brass, as you know. So we're really excited about that. And then we also have two surprise guest conductors as well coming next year. So let's run the teaser video and you'll see who those are. Can't wait till next year. And joining us right now is composer Julie Giroux. Welcome, Julie.
Hey, how's it going?
You're doing great. Thank you for joining us. I know Ray was supposed to be here too. I think he's having some problems. My staff is, it's okay. They're frantically running around. So hopefully we'll get him in. But I just wanted to thank you so much for joining us next year. We can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. And now, how long have you known Ray? How did you and Ray meet?
Oh, gosh. I don't know, maybe 15 years. We met at, I believe it was Kentucky All-State.
Yeah.
He was premiering A Piece of Mine. And that was the first time I met him. And that's when he decided to offer me $5 to write a commission for it.
Oh my God, that's great.
Well, I don't know what's dumber because I actually did it. So, he gave me $5 and I gave him con. So that's how that worked out.
That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Well, if you want to hang on, we're gonna do a little bit of more things with our third-year students, and we'll see if we can get Ray on, and we'll just do a quick little talk with you in about 5 minutes or so, if that's okay.
You want me to mute everything or?
Yeah, you can just mute your screen. We're gonna do a quick picture with our students, but yeah, just hang on for a little bit, and we'll hopefully get Ray on the line here so you guys can say hi to everybody. But we can't wait till next year.
Okay. Well, it might be next year before you get Ray on. He's still using a flip phone, so it might be a while. Okay. All right. See you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So third years. Well, anyway, as you can see, we have an amazing lineup for next year. We can't wait to have all these people back. Third years that are graduating, let us know as soon as possible if it's something you want to do and come back and play even on that second week. Let us know so we can plan ahead, because we looks like we're gonna have a lot of people here coming next summer. Okay, so anyway, really excited about Julie, really excited about Ray coming out next year, and of course Boston Brass, Moaning Frogs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's try this. Everyone except for third-year students, turn off your video camera feed. We'll see if we can get all the third years, turn mine off as well. Get all the third years together so we can take a screenshot here of y'all. What background is that? Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Oh, packing. Oh my God.
I see nothing funny about the background.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Okay, let's see. Brent's still in there. That's okay. Sean's still there too. That's interesting. I don't know if I can get you all on the screen or not. All right. It's working. It's slowly working. Bo, can you turn off your camera? Let me see if I can turn off Bo's camera. I'll turn it off for him. Tom Seaton, turn his off. Okay, we're getting there. Might have to do this in 2 pages. I'll tell you when to smile. Hang on a second. Oh, good. You're all on one screen. Okay. Perfect. All right. Everyone, make sure I can see you. Love the backgrounds. All right, here we go. I'm going to take a couple shots. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. 1, 2, and 3. Last one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I got it. Okay, everybody can turn on the screens if you want to. Let's see if we got Ray back in here yet. Probably not. I think they're still working. That's okay. I will hold you guys up. But anyway, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I wish we could have been in person with this. It's so much fun to get this certification ceremony all together. But this was the next best thing we could do. So I really appreciate that. My staff's running in here. Let's see.
Good.
Oh, speaker. Good. Okay, we have Ray on speakerphone. So
go ahead, Ray.
Go ahead, Ray.
Hey, greetings to all you ABC goers out there, and I'm sorry that this video isn't working, but actually it doesn't matter that you see me because it's just this old gray-haired guy who is looking really excited about being out there next year.
All right. We can't wait to have you here.
So I don't know what's happened here because I've joined many Zoom meetings without any trouble, but this one today, for some reason, is not working, and I apologize for that because it worked perfectly the other day when we had a test Zoom meeting, and I'm just sorry I can't see all your smiling faces.
Well, we're glad you guys are gonna be with us. Julie is here too. I don't know if you can, oh, you can't see her, of course, but she's hanging out as well.
She's just loving this.
She's just laughing at you.
So all I got to say is I want to ask Julie, I just say, now, Julie, I don't want you to give me a hard time about my lack of computer skills because I've been doing everything the way I've done before, and it worked.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna leave this alone because it's not. It did work before, so I know you've made it work at least once, so I'm okay with that.
I've made it work many times, actually. Now, Matt, if I go back to the original Zoom meeting test that you sent me, would that work?
No, that's a whole different Zoom.
Not.
We're sorry about that.
Staff, you were so good until the last day.
I know, we had one job.
Not my fault.
I know.
Their staff positions open next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know if you want to come help next year, staff. Anybody who's graduated. Anyway, we'll go on with the rest of this, but thanks so much, Ray. Thanks so much, Julie.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all next year, and I want to wish you to have a great year, those of you that are teaching this year. I want to wish you all the very best, and I look forward to seeing you all next year.
All right. Thanks so much, Ray.
All right, thank you guys. I'll see you next year. I'm looking forward to it too. And you know, I had to put my Sixth Symphony on the shelf for a few months to write adaptable music. So hopefully, you know, hopefully though we'll still be making music in some way. But I'm really trying hard not to make this just busy work. They're real charts. I mean, they're real charts. So. I'm looking forward to it, but I can't wait to see everybody again in person. This is, I mean, even for me, this is a little bit more isolation than I'm used to, as for sure, So anyway, thank you so much. See you, and everybody stay safe. And I can't wait to come back to Colorado. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye-bye. So I had a request from a third-year student saying, can we redo the picture with their professional backgrounds? Sure, we can do that. And then we'll have some announcements from Matt for July 5th. So let's try one more time. Turn off your video feeds, except for third-year students. Let's see if we can get this. I'll go back to gallery view. I'll take a picture in a second. You guys are a creative class. I like it. You got the background there. Okay, let's see who we're missing here. So if you're not a third-year student, go ahead and turn off your video feed. I'm seeing a couple grads popping in. Edward, go ahead and turn off your video feed. There you go. Okay.
I wonder if it would also help to take all the co-host assignments away.
That's true. That would be good. Yeah, let's do that. For some reason, Tom Seaton keeps popping in the middle. Tom, you already graduated with me. You shouldn't be there anymore. Okay, Jeremy's in there too. We'll figure that out. Okay, here we go. Everybody set? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, and 3. Got it. Okay, we're all done. So we're gonna pass it on over to Matt. He has a couple announcements for July 5th, and away we go. Matt.
Thank you. Here are your announcements. Your final exam starts at 8 a.m. on July 5th. Third years, you're going to be taking the Boo Boo Band exam from 12 to 2. Startup videos need to be uploaded by the end of that day. When? By the end of the 5th. Make sure all students review the testing page from the Zoom landing page and make sure that your device is charged and plugged in and ready to go. Everybody, please review the shipping info for your projects. And finally, review the virtual band pieces deadlines.
Also, make sure that you tune in for a 10 a.m. parade on the 4th of July. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll stay around. If you're welcome to open up mics and talk to each other, whatever you want to do. We'll leave the room open for a while. But yeah, this was great. This is fun. We'll see you either tomorrow's special parade or live. We'll leave the room open for a little bit.
Scott, can I stop using my announcer voice, please?
Yes.
It hurts. It hurts my throat.
Here.
Way to go, Brian!
We're just falling apart today, aren't we?
Oops. Scott, Max,